button. There we go. All right. Can you see that?
All right. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Log in. Okay. Takes a little bit of time to load.
Okay.
All right. I understand. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of the same thing here on mine, guys.
Market data connection lost.
Hang on.
Hmm.
Let's see. This chart.
Market data connection reestablished.
This chart cannot be displayed since the real account username associated with this paper trading username is also running.
So must be more of a widespread.
Yeah. Let me try to. I'm going to close it out and log in one more time just to see, because
Okay.
I want you to see the chart that they have here.
Okay. Melissa's on the live one, I can guess.
Not that that really means anything.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Paper trading.
Use a trader mine again. Close, quit. And then open it.
Even if that chart's not coming up, I could still show you how to enter. Let's see. And yeah, the chart's not coming up. I could still show you how to enter an order though. So let me just share.
Okay.
All right. So can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, there's like no data here or anything. I'm not sure. This is really weird. I don't know. I don't understand why this is doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to enter an order, it's pretty simple. This box up here, if you click on it and you just type in, just say we're doing Tesla, it'll give you a list of like stock options. Really, we just want stock. Click on stock.
It's recording.
And it will give you the right to buy or sell. And then down here, where it says manage market data, this will all be populated with, you know, the bid ask, which is what people are asking for shares if they're selling them, what people are offering to buy them for. So this will have all that information here. And so to put your order in, let's just say we're going long on Tesla. We got a bullish 10 EMA. We just click buy, and then whatever the number of shares is that we want to buy, we can click what's pre-populated here, or when you click on it, you could delete it and pick a specific number, right? When you enter orders, you are only going to enter stop limit orders. You see this where it says STP LMT? That's the only one you're going to pick. You may have to click this arrow here to find it, but to start, you're only doing stop limit. What that means is when you're entering a trade, you are telling the market that you do not want to buy or sell unless it's at this exact price, right? Because a lot of times, like if you do a market buy or a market sell, whatever the market says at that time, that's what you're getting it for. So you can get a bad deal. So this lets you pick your price. So let's say, and we don't have the chart up here for Tesla. So where the first box is called the limit. So let's say we're going to buy for 195. You type in 195 for the limit. For your stop, you put the exact same price, 195. So that says only 195 am I getting into the trade. Okay. So those two prices are the same. Here where it says day, this is just, it's either good for the day. GTC means good till canceled. So you would have to go in and physically cancel it in order for it not to work. And then these options down here, this is if you wanted it to fill post market, which we don't want to mess with, or allow pre-open, that would be before market. We don't want to mess with that yet, but that's further down the road. So we'll just keep it on day. Now, when we talk about stop losses and profit takers, that's here under this advanced button. So all you're going to do is click plus, and right here where it says attach stop loss profit taker bracket, you're going to click that plus button right here. And then there's a little tab right next to bracket where it says profit taker stop loss. Click that bracket. So now when we enter our order, it's going to put in our profit taker and put in our stop loss. So let's say our 10 EMA trade says that we're taking, we want to hit $200 for Tesla. So we put in 200. We want it there as the day. It's good for the day. Our stop loss, and it's already pre-populated for you with the limit and the stop. For our stop loss, let's say we want 191. You put it in there. And then all you do at that point, check to make sure it's all correct. Your entry up here, your profit taker, your stop loss, you hit submit. And then it's going to bring all these boxes up here. Just override them. They're very cautious about asking you, are you sure you want to do this? This exceeds our limit size of 500 shares. It always does that to make sure you're doing the right thing, putting the order in the right way. And you hit override, see the same thing, override. And then what happens is your order will come down here, right? But again, the chart will be on the screen for whatever reason it's not here. So as the chart is going up, you can see when you get filled, and it will, once it's filled, this top line will go away because this is your entry line. But then your profit taker and stop loss are still active, because as soon as one of those are hit, it's going to get you out of the trade. So, you know, we talk about the stop loss being important because it protects you from losing. Because you have this in here, you can go run 5 miles, go to the store, whatever. You're protected because you have a stop loss in the computer, right? Every trade, you have to have that in there because that makes sure that you don't lose any more than that R that you're comfortable with losing. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you want to adjust this, so let's say that this thing is running, right? And it's going to exceed that $200 profit target. You could click on this little arrow next to it and change the amount by clicking. Let's see. Well, it's not letting me do that. Oh, there you go. So if you just click on the price, let's say that it's running. So we're going to move the profit to 201.29. You change the price, click update, and now your profit has changed. And just like we talked about trailing our stop, remember how we want to move our stop into the money? If it's moving really well, do the same thing, click on the price. And instead of scrolling, you can also just type it in. Let's say we're going to do 196.50. We want to move our stop into the money, hit update, and you can update it. So you could constantly be updating your profit taker and your stop loss to actively manage your day trades. Does that make sense?
Yes. Question. If I want to put, let's say the limit of 201.29, right?
Mhm.
Does that get triggered during the day or at the end of the day? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so good question. So let's say that it goes all day and it doesn't hit that price, right? And you've been monitoring TradingView on your phone.
Yeah.
You've got to come back in and close the trade out because otherwise it's going to keep you in it beyond the day.
Okay.
All right. So, because let's say that it purchases these shares, you now own these shares, but our orders were set up as day orders. So as soon as 4 o'clock hits Eastern time, it's going to cancel these orders. You've got to make sure at that point, all right, it's almost 4 o'clock, or I think, what do you guys, is it 5 your time the market close or 6?
3.
3. Oh, wow. I'm way off.
Yeah.
So you would want to make sure you go in and just make sure it's closed out, because for our day trades, we don't let them run into the next day. That's a swing trade, and we have to make sure we have a plan for that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it helped me understand this portion. If I wanted to basically not put a cap on my gains, let's say on a bullish trade. Am I okay to just put it as high as I want to, even though it might not even hit that high?
Good. Yeah. So you
Okay.
could just come down here to profit taker and just say, all right, I'm swinging for the fences. I'm putting this in at 220.
Okay.
You could do that.
Okay.
I would not do that with your stop loss though, because
Yep. Okay.
if it does go to 150, then you're going to blow up your entire account, which is what we don't want to have happen. And that's one of the early on. I know for me, I was like, oh, I want to let this thing run. So I would do this. I'd come down here to my stop loss
Order
and I'd
cancelled.
cancel it
Oh,
because I was like, oh, I'm going to let it run. And then I would lose.
yeah.
And then I would tell Jeremy about it. He'd be like, do not take your stop loss out. So you
Okay.
don't always want to make sure you have that stop loss in there. And again, when you're day trading, you're going to be actively managing these things because you want to, again, especially early on, protect your profit. As soon as the market is saying, here's money, you're going to take some of it by moving your stop into the money. You could keep your profit taker super high. But that's a general setup for orders. Now for a short,
Order
I'll
cancelled.
show you how to do that really fast. For a short, you just click sell. And it's still Tesla. Let's say we want to do 400 shares. The same thing. We do a what kind of limit order? What's it called?
The stop limit.
Stop limit. Click stop limit. Pick the price that you want to short it at. So we want to sell it at 205. All right. So we put 205 in as the limit. What do we put in as a stop? It's not a stop loss.
Is it the same?
It's the same, right? 205. Yep. The day is good because we're day trading. Then we click this advance button, right? Come down to bracket, click that button. And remember, for our profit taker on a short, we are buying back low. So this top number, see how it's already lower than what our entry is?
Okay. Yep.
So let's say you want to ride this thing down to 201 because you think it's got movement to go. You're going to put your stop at 208, right? To protect yourself. We double check. So always double check, because if you make one little mistake with the number, that can come back and bite you. So we double check. 205 is our entry, good. Our profit taker 201, 208 is our stop loss. We're good. Then we hit submit. And we get all these things again. Don't display. Override. All right. So now our order's down here. And it's the same thing. If we want to adjust it, we click on it. And sometimes it brings up a different menu when you click on it to adjust the price, but it's the same concept. Click on the price, update, and that's your short.
Okay.
But
Same concept on that one. If I think it's gonna tank for some reason, you know what?
Yep.
I'm swinging for the fences. That's the same concept in there, right?
Same thing. So all we do is click on the profit taker. Yep. Pick whatever you want, hit update.
I got it.
And then the cool thing is right in here, you'll have a chart. And so it'll have your entry price listed on the chart. It'll have your stop loss. It'll have your profit taker. The cool thing is, and I wish I could show you, is you could just click on the line for your stop loss and drag it where you want it, or click on the area where your profit taker is and drag it. So it's pretty intuitive that way.
So that updates the info down here on the orders?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So it's a quicker way to do it. And especially you get some of those stocks that move really fast, you know, it's an easier way to get in there and move it.
Okay.
So what I would do is, again, this is just fake money. This is play money. Just get in there and mess around, do some orders, and just get comfortable with the mechanics of the trading. And it'll take a little bit of time, because I started with Robinhood on my phone, which is like real, like it's almost like a video game. And then I went to this. I was like, wow, this is an adjustment. But once you get adjusted to it, it's awesome. And again, it's the fastest broker out there. You get filled. It's super reliable. Sometimes you're going to get skipped. It happens with any broker, but it's great.
So just if I want to run this down real quick, I want to do the, let's say we're doing the 10 EMA on our, what is it called? On interactive brokers, is it? No,
Trading view.
on Trading View. So
Yep.
we're doing that over there. We're putting our stop loss. We're doing all our work there. And you said this is, then we come with the numbers and we buy and sell here.
Yep.
Right.
Do
Okay.
you want me to give you an example of what that would look like?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So let me stop here.
That'll help. Yep.
And I'll just go from here, bring up my trading view. So I'm going to share. So let's say, all right, here's Apple.
Okay.
All right. And so this is what I do. So I'm monitoring everything and I see this hammer, bearish hammer, right here in the middle of a double bottom, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to put an entry line right here, right? Because I'm going to monitor my trade on TradingView. I'm not going to do it in interactive brokers. So I know that this is my entry at 158.58, right? So and typically I keep a piece of paper with me. So I write down entry because I'm a big, I got to write it down 158.58. And then what my stop loss is based on where I have support area. I could hear your 8-cap in the background making.
Oh, that's what it is. I was like,
yeah, that's those funky noises. So this would be my stop loss 157.66. 157.66. I think this thing has upside to 160.76 for a profit. 160.76. And then you guys know how to calculate your R and all that stuff, correct?
no, not yet. We haven't gone
Okay.
over that.
So it's pretty simple. So our entry here is 158.58. Our stop loss is going to be 157.66. When I started trading my R, my risk unit, which is what we're risking and willing to lose on any trade, was $50. That's where I started. Right?
Okay.
So here's what we do. Here's the calculation for this. We take the entry minus the stop equals the difference. And then we divide the R by the difference. And that tells us the number of shares to buy. All right. So if we look at 158.58 minus the stop, which is 157.66, that's 92 cents. Right? Our R is 50. So we have to divide 50 by 92 cents. So 50 divided by 0.92. I can't do that math in my head. So that means we have to buy 54 shares. Okay. So now with this trade that you do for 54 shares, you're guaranteed that if this thing bottoms out and hits this, you can't lose anything more than $50, right? Because you calculated 54 shares with your stop. And our profit we said was profit is 160.76. Okay. So now we have all of our information. We know how many shares to buy, right? We know our entry, we know our stop loss, we know our profit taker. So boom. And again, it's going to take time to be able to do this and transfer it over. So don't feel like you need to be super fast at this right away. And I don't want you to be beating yourself up if it takes you some time, right? This is all process. So you got this all. And here's the thing too. You don't have to type this stuff on the screen. That's why it's best to have like a little trading journal where you're just writing this down because it's faster. Keep a calculator. So you got your entry, stop, profit, you know your R, you know your shares. So then what we do is bring this up. We come back over to interactive brokers. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to Apple, AAPL. We're clicking on stock. Oh, we got data. Woohoo!
There you go.
Yeah. All right. And we're buying, we're going long. And we are buying how many shares?
What is it? 50, 54, I think it was.
54. Yep.
54,
So
yep.
54 is our quantity. The type of order we want is what's it
Remember
called?
that stop limit,
Stop limit. Perfect.
participate.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, okay.
Our entry price, do you remember what it was?
Mm,
158.
I don't remember.
58. It's okay. So our entry is 158.58. Oh, I got to get this in
Yeah.
here so we can hit this trade. Day, we go to advanced, click on bracket. Our profit taker is
160 something.
76.
Yeah.
Our stop loss is 157.66. Boom, we hit submit. Where our trade is set up. Now, since we have data, we can drag this thing. If we want to move our entry up. Oop. Whoa, it's moving really fast.
Yeah, it is.
Here, I'm trying to see if I can get in on this trade. It won't let me. Here, I'll revise it so we can get in. 159.14. If it'll let me. 159.
Order filled.
All right, so now we're in the trade, right? So now we're protected with our stop loss. Here's our profit target. And then we could just drag. Now, mine was being really finicky, but you could just drag your stop loss or move your profit taker down. This is why I don't drag. I click and adjust it because God forbid you click on and you drag it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's best just to come down here and be like, all right, I'm just going to change it to this update. You could do the same thing for your stop loss. Right. Update. And that's it.
Awesome.
This is cool because when you start putting orders in, then you get to see like samples over here of like your profit and loss, and you see this thing green and you're making money. You're like, yes, this is so cool. Right. And that's where we got to practice and get that repetition in here with 10 EMAs, get that success. So then you're feeling good, you're feeling confident. And then we just take that and move that over to 8-cap. Now, 8-cap is going to be a little bit different, right? Not all brokers are the same. It's really basic. This is more complex. But I'll show you how to use that. But we're going to start with this one first because we could paper trade here. Okay. What questions do you have about this?
Can we go a little bit further? Where you were showing us under the portfolio, your profit, your losses.
Yep.
Where are we looking at the green?
Yeah. So this will be, so now again, this is my practice account. I don't even use this thing anymore. So right here, these are options. These are actually covered calls that are in here, which is part of options trading. So when you see green here, where it says daily P&L, this is how much that asset has generated that particular day. So let me just do this real fast. Let me take Tesla stock, buy, submit.
Order partially filled.
All right. So see how I just
Order
bought
filled.
100 shares of Tesla? See how that number's changing?
Yep.
Right there. $2 down, 4. So it shows you real time what your trade is doing.
Okay, so that's the dollar value of it.
That's the dollar value. Yeah. So you'll get to see if it's going down, it's going to be red. And I know that you can't really change the colors in here, or I haven't figured it out yet. And it'll list, -12, -100, -1,000, whatever it is you're using for your R. And for the plus, it's just in green and it's just the number.
Yep. Okay.
And then it always shows you the financial instrument. That's just whatever you're trading. Your position is number of shares, right? The market value is how much those shares are worth total. The average price is the price that you got in, right? So we see here, we bought Tesla at 193.75. where it says last, that's what the most recent price was. And then the change is, what's that change? That says plus 3.19. There's no way that's incorrect there. I got to figure out what this one is, but it just gives you real-time snapshot of all your trade information here.
Okay.
So I would just, with this, just practice, just buy some shares, short some shares, and you can even go back in and reset your values. So let's say that you guys just mess around for a little bit just to get comfortable with it. You could reset the amount of money back to $1 million. So then you could start from scratch and actually see what you're doing here. You know, if you don't want to have any losses from just practicing with your trades.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think this is a good setup for us to start playing around with this, actually getting our hands dirty.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and you know that the 10 EMA, and we've got about 10 minutes left here. Let me hop over to Trading View and let's just do a couple back trades real quick. I do have to pick up my son. I got to leave at 3:15. I can't leave him at school. So let me stop my share here and do this, share. Okay. And let me get rid of all this nonsense here. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to hide all this. And I'm just going to pick a random date. Let's go January 13th, go. And then you guys are going to tell me what you want to do here. Replay. I'm going to set some support and resistance for you. Okay. And we are going to practice together. Throw some resistance lines here. And here. This will all make sense in a moment, what I'm doing.
Okay.
You have a lot more lines set up than we do.
So what, just the number of days on my chart or the support resistance lines?
Well, you've got like the blue shadow, the yellow shadow.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me
like
get rid of
the lines.
So eventually I'm going to show you all this. So let me get rid of that because I don't want to overwhelm you. We will get into that. Okay. So here we go. So we got some resistance lines above. We got some support lines down below. Let's do some 10 EMA setup. So this is pre-market right here in the yellow. Okay. I'm going to hit play. And then I'm going to pause at times and ask you if you want to enter the trade. And this is back trading together. All right. So here we go. Here's our first candle. We've got a big bearish candle pushing the price down below resistance line here. We got another bearish indecision candle, right? No 10 EMA setup yet. All right. So we have this candle that came in.
Mm-hmm.
You could short that if you want. Do you want to try shorting that candle or you want to let things play out a little bit?
Well, let's get in there. Let's short it.
All right. And I know this candle came in, so we know that we're going to get into the trade. But remember, for 10 EMA, we always come right below the wick for our entry. So this is our entry. I'm going to make this green. Where do you want to put your profit target? So it looks like we have support down here, 130.88. You want to go a little bit lower than that?
Yeah. Yeah, for now, we can just go with that 129, 130. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go 130 right here. Now for your stop loss, so these were highs of the day that were hit here pre-market. What I would recommend, so we could see that this is a resistance from before we even set pre-market, is to go a little bit higher than that to give your trade some room to run. So going in about right here for your stop. Okay. So we know that we're triggered into the trade here on this candle, right? But now we're going to actively manage this. We're going to move our stop if it moves a lot into the money. So let's hit play and see what happens.
Yeah.
Do you want to move your stop yet, or you want to let it go?
So I say I want to move it down
Okay, to what price?
to
Now we just
isn't
got
it a
we just got in right here at 132.44.
it's a 131.
I mean, you can always just move it down in this area.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so to where about
Is that 134?
134. Come down here to 134. Okay. You ready to hit play? All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Oh, is that oh no. All right, we're right around even. You
Mhm.
want to change anything with your trade? You want to move your stop? What do you want to do? So right now, if this was a $50 R and we get stopped out at 134, it's going to be a little less than 50 bucks.
Yep. So we're just looking at 10 EMA, right?
Yep.
So I guess I would have sold it. Yeah, I don't even know here.
I mean,
Any
we have a couple options. We can let it run to see if you know, if it's going to fall, potentially could. Or we could exit it, or we can move our stop down and take a smaller loss. So again, these are the things you got to start thinking through as you're managing your trades. And this
Yeah.
is where looking at the candles is helpful. So we had this big move down. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bullish candles in a row. We had a tiny little pullback. We got a hammer right here that's kind of closing above. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a double top and it'll crumble down. Don't
Okay.
know. So what do you want to do? You want to let it roll or?
Mhm.
We want to let it roll. Okay.
All right, here we go. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, Bears. Push it down. Push it down. There we go. All right, kind of chopping around. This is choppy.
Yeah.
Mm.
We do see this coming in here, right? So that would make me a little bit nervous because we got a double bottom coming. But you guys tell me what you want to do. We can move our stop down. We could just let it run. It's up to you because it still could, because we did get a little bit of a double top here and it really hasn't crumbled. You do have 1, 2, 3 more bull candles that close below.
What does it generally mean for a double top and a double bottom again?
So double top means it's possibly going to go down. Double bottom means that it's going to go up.
Okay.
And remember, we need to close above the neckline for the double bottom, which we do have. And we needed to close below the double top, which we did get for a move to the downside.
This is like 11:30 a.m.
Just want to let it roll. Want to move your stop down a little bit.
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Just let it roll.
Yeah, let it roll because
All right,
I'll leave here in a minute too.
here we go. Oh, there we go. Drop. So this is what I do. I sit here and yell at the screen. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bulls. My wife is like, what's wrong with you?
Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What's going to happen? And we got stopped out right there. Again, this is more, so this double bottom ended up
Yeah.
in a stronger pattern, right? We got the close above it. it hit. But the good thing is, and you got to remember, losing is part of this. Look at it this way. You had your stop here, you moved it down here. So you're losing less than $50. You're losing less than an R. You're going to have trades like this, right? And
Yeah.
you got to become comfortable with it. Now what we could have done is whenever this thing got profitable down into here, we could have moved the stop down. We could have done this. And this is why I always preach about moving it into the profit, but you don't have to do that. Right. But it's
Okay.
something.
Okay.
So
I got you.
So here's what I would say, and we definitely need to get on the calendar for next week. We definitely need to, we've got to, or even before the end of this week, if you guys have some time, or unless that's too quick. But if you could do as many 10 EMA practice trades as possible on your chart, set them up, put them in interactive brokers. And then I want to come back and then look on the charts, what you did, and keep track of your entry, your stop, your profit, how you move your stop. And then I'd like to see a win percentage. So out of 20 trades, how many trades did you hit on? Right. And remember, if you're doing 20 trades, it's not about having a big, massive winner, and the wins small, stack that money, right? Take the profit when the market pays you. And if you do that, you're going to see over 20 trades, how much $30 here, $30 over 20 trades. What's that? 30, is that 600? $600, right? So kind of look at it from that perspective. And then that's what we're going to do moving forward is we're tracking and practicing trades over and over and over. And then I'm going to start layering in those lines that were on here, some of the more advanced stuff. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. And
So,
go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think we're good.
Listen, if you need me to, let me do this. Here's my number. If you need anything, if you could take a picture of that, just so you have it, it's in the chat. Just give me a call, text me. I'm here to help you. All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry I have to run. I just got to get my son.
Nope.
Okay.
I got you. All right. Thank you,
guys.
Remy.
All right. Take care. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Did you get